Gotta love a rest. That's the third set that she's just started. God, I'm glad I'm not doing hill reps this week. This week, do you want an insight into my recovery week? The week is kicking my arse. No doubt about it. Going back to work is the only equivalent I can draw is like you go into work and someone puts a hairdryer on your face until you leave work, and then you get home and you just sit on the sofa and can't move. That's where I'm at. That's the recovery week. It's coincided with going back to school, but I am determined to get out and run. But if I don't run right now, it's not going to happen. You know those situations when you know yourself well enough to know that if you sit down when you get home, the run isn't happening. So I have walked in the house, come upstairs, filmed this, I'm going back out. It's my recovery week this week, so I'm going to take you on the run and I'm going to explain to you how I approach a recovery week, but how other people can, because obviously it's very specific. But it's not Mary's recovery week, so I'm also going to treat you to Mary doing hill reps this week, and we're going to share with you the hill rep session, but also I think just because people like watching Mary train hard and push herself, we're going to go through the hill reps with her, and that'll be tomorrow. Outside on the road, come on Bridges, you've got this. Can I be honest with you right now? Today was one of the first mornings in a long, long time that I woke up at 6 a.m. and bottled it. Couldn't get out, couldn't run, just couldn't make it happen. My body was just saying no. And unfortunately, that's something that I've come to terms with as part of my recovery weeks. These are the things that happen to me during my recovery weeks. My mind needs to recover just as much as my body. So that's what I let it do, but I am now getting out. I'm only doing 5K, literally going out for a 5K run right now. I've come to realise over the years, I guess it's a lot of years that I've been training, is that as much as I don't want recovery weeks, usually I feel like I'm flying, and they're the things I need the most. Oh, spit. For my long-term health, and I mean like long-term health. Turnaround point, I'm only doing 5K, and yet this is harder than the half marathon I did on Sunday. Okay, so my recovery week, let me start by saying every recovery week is individual. Everyone does it differently. You've got to find what works for you, but I'm going to tell you what my recovery week is so that you might take something from it about maybe just what a recovery week is, why I think it's important long term. Now, I'm all about being able to exercise until the day I die. Hopefully not while I'm exercising, but you get what I'm saying. I want to be able to do that, and I think long term it's safe and important for me to build in 1 week easy of every 3 weeks that I train hard, and I envisage myself doing that, barring injury, for the rest of my life. So my general rule of thumb is to dial back all the cardiovascular exercise by 50%. So if I was going to go out today and do an easy hour, make it an easy half hour or 25 minutes, you know, just under. And that's what I've done. I let my body guide me a little bit, because some people do 75% volume, some people do 60. I found what works for me is just halving it for a week, and that tends to get me out the other side feeling like I could go hard for 3 weeks again. But if my session was like a turbo or a run and it was a tempo, then I'd still be inclined to do 30 minutes instead of an hour at tempo if my body lets me, if I kind of decide on the day that I feel all right to do that. But again, no harm in dialing it back. You can play around with the intensity. Some athletes keep the intensity, some just go easy. You've got to find what works for you. But strength and conditioning, I don't dial back at all. I just do, and I stay the same with it every single week. In fact, I've come up with a new routine that I do every morning, just 10 minutes a day, but obviously that's 70 minutes over the week, and I do 10 minutes of the evening. But this is it, this is the main event, the bit that you've all been waiting for, because I am leaving work. It is Friday, it is 5:15, and I'm trying to find Mary. So Mary's just gone to our local hill to do her hill rep session. I need to get there. Oh, I can see her at the bottom of this hill here. Are you going to do your first rep while I just get set up? Hi, Mary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, are you ready?
No.
Okay, can I have my coat? All right, you do the first rep.
Okay.
I'll explain the rest in a minute. Good luck, bye-bye. I'm getting a lot of strange looks, not gonna lie, sitting on the side of a hill watching a woman in pink run up and down it, but at the end of the day, another weird look just there. It's a recovery week. How was that? You don't need to jog all the way down. I want your heart rate to come back down to, you know, very easy zone 1 resting. How was it?
A minute is a long time.
Oh, it's fast. I might as well explain the session she's doing while we're here. So she's doing a hill rep session. It's not a real killer hill, it's not steep, but it's enough to hurt over a 1 minute period. So what she's doing is as many sets after a warm-up, by the way, so 10 to 15 minute warm-up with drills, then it's as many sets as she can fit into an hour of running up the hill for 1 minute, jogging back down, getting the heart rate back down to zone 1, real resting, turning around and going for 30 seconds up the hill, coming back down. That's one set, and then you repeat that as many times as you can. So 1 minute up, back down, recover, 30 seconds up, back down, recover, and repeat. That's what she's up to.
Whew. Just finished the second set, so that was a 30-second sprint. Oh God, it's hard. It's been a really full-on week at work. It's Friday, 5:30. I mean, could there be a worse time? It's actually making me feel really alive. Yeah, something about hill sprints make you feel all there. Oh, gotta keep the positivity.
Gotta love a rest.
Mamma mia. Whew. That was the end of the 4th set. Jeez, hills are hard, but good. Quite happy with how it's going. The last minute rep felt really hard on the legs towards the end, and the problem with this hill is that it gets steeper the higher up you get. Just gonna get my heart rate down and go again.
30 seconds. She's assured me this is where we finish. Here, this is it. The final one. She's worked hard. Yeah. How do you feel? Yeah? That's it. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Feel done.
The goose is cooked.
Yeah, but good. Happy.
How did you feel the session went though?
When I set out on my warm-up, I was a bit worried because my Achilles felt a little bit tight. I probably should have told you that. But it loosened up during the 2K warm-up. But as soon as I started sprinting up the first hill for 1 minute, I just felt charged with adrenaline and energy. And to be honest, I felt quite strong. I caught my watch a few times. And I think my pace was quite good.
You were running, considering you were up a hill. Oh, good.
Yeah, I saw like 3:25 a few times.
So a successful session, are you saying?
A good like mental strength builder and confidence booster, and yeah.
Cool.
I think it was a win.
Okay, good.
Friday night, wine time. cool down. It's only about a kilometre. I've actually got more energy now than I did at the start. Something about hill I kind of love. I haven't done them for ages, and I said it the other day, but I'll say it again because that's what I do. I'm just really enjoying the variety of my training at the moment. So pretty much every session, apart from the half marathon, long run and the recovery runs, every session is different. I'm doing intervals, hill reps, tempo runs on heart rate or speed. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, it's really motivating and making it quite exciting, and I feel like I'm making progress.
I tell you what, that actually got quite cold out there, me doing nothing embarrassing. But great session from Mary, really proud of her. I'm driving to the supermarket now just to get a few things for Friday night, and I think, do you know what? I'm going to flip back to this tomorrow and sum it all up in a neat little bow, as I like to do. This is Car Chat! Just me. It's quite sad, actually. I need to move on from it because it is just me.
Almost home now, so I'm going to have a good stretch out, 10-minute stretch, good foam roll, because my Achilles did feel tight at the start, so just want to get all that ironed out and loose. Then I'm going to have a bath. Living the dream.
And yes, I know I sound like a broken record, but I am so proud of Mary and everything that she has achieved and is continuing to achieve. Her work ethic is phenomenal, considering how busy her job is, how mentally taxing, and she gets out there on a Friday, after the first week back to school from online learning, and still smashes a hill rep set. That was beyond me, and I'm not afraid to admit it. This week I have been like a spatchcocked chicken, just a broken man. So, Mary, amazing stuff. Now, one last thing before I sum it up, and actually it came from a question that I was asked this morning, and that is diet. Do we change our diet in a recovery week? And the very brief and easy answer is no. I have a consistent, good diet. We cook everything from scratch. Almost nothing is processed. So I see no reason to change that during a recovery week or a training block. We're really happy with the way that we eat. And it's a good balance of vegetarian and meat-based food, because I can't give up meat altogether, but we're trying to be more vegetarian. But if I was to sum up recovery weeks generally, then I would say, again, it's trial and error. As you're probably starting to realise with everything on this channel, you have to put in the groundwork. I can't give you the information and say, this is it. I can give you the parameters and you work within those. And again, recovery weeks are trial and error. I've found what works for me, which is reducing the volume by 50%, keeping the intensity where I would have had a tempo for an hour. I'll just do a half-hour tempo, or I might do a base. I'll decide. And also, I'm not going to cry if I miss a session in my recovery week. It's the same as life, right? Sometimes you just miss them. You just make sure you don't miss 2 in a row. Now, some people only like to reduce their volume by 25%, some by 30%. You got to find what works for you. I know that 50% works for me. Happy days. But remember, not the strength and conditioning. Just do me the favour, let your mind take a breather. I can only concentrate for 3-week blocks. Train hard. It takes a lot of concentration as well, right? So I have to know what's coming. And this comes down to my whole long-term approach. And that is that you may see athletes out there that don't have recovery weeks, that don't really have recovery days. And I'm not saying that doesn't work for them. Of course, it seems like that's working for a lot of people, but I'm training for my entire life. I'm training until the day I die. That's my mindset. So I just think it's sensible to have 3 weeks of build, 1 week of recovery, and I can hopefully maintain that in some semblance until my 80s, 90s, I don't know. But that's my aim here, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I probably could get away with not having a recovery week and just training through. Might last 3 or 4 or 5 years, but I want it to last 40 or 50 years. Hopefully that makes sense, but if you have any questions, just comment on the video and I try and answer every single comment. Now, if you're interested in the last race that I ran in, then I'm going to link it here. It was the Marden Half Marathon, and I had a great day because I've got another half marathon coming up. This is the subscribe button in case you want to learn more or help yourself on your own journey. And I'm going to see you on Wednesday. We've got some exciting stuff coming up, so stick around, and thanks for sticking around to the end on this video.